Have you ever felt uneasy around someone, like there's something dark beneath the surface, but you just can't put your finger on it? What if I told you that learning to spot certain behaviors could not only save you from manipulation, but might even protect your peace, your energy, and your life? Today, we're diving into the subtle yet powerful signs of truly malevolent people, traits they hope you'll never notice. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to protect yourself and make decisions that strengthen your inner peace and power. Stay with me to the end, because this knowledge isn't just eye-opening, it could be life-changing. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone seemed to have a hold over your emotions, leaving you feeling manipulated or unsure of your own decisions? This is often the result of dealing with someone who exploits your emotions, a key sign of toxic behavior. Emotional exploitation is a subtle yet powerful tactic that such individuals use to control and manipulate those around them. By understanding how this works and applying Stoic principles, you can protect yourself and regain control of your emotional well-being. Manipulative individuals often have an uncanny ability to detect your emotional vulnerabilities. They might notice when you're feeling insecure, guilty, or overly empathetic, and they use these emotions as leverage to steer you in the direction they want. For example, a person might repeatedly bring up past mistakes, not as a way to discuss growth or resolution, but to guilt-trip you into doing something for them. They may appeal to your kindness, portraying themselves as perpetual victims who constantly need your support, while offering little in return. Over time, these behaviors can drain your energy and self-confidence, leaving you questioning your own feelings and decisions. Stoicism offers a profound way to address and counteract this. At its core, Stoic philosophy teaches us to develop control over our emotions and reactions. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, emphasized that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control how we respond to them. This distinction is critical when dealing with emotional exploitation. Instead of allowing someone to pull the strings of your emotions, you learn to pause, reflect, and respond with intention rather than react impulsively. One practical way to apply this Stoic principle is through the practice of emotional detachment. Detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. Rather, it means learning to separate your feelings from external provocations. When someone tries to manipulate you, take a moment to analyze their behavior objectively. Ask yourself, is this emotion they're trying to evoke in me justified? Or are they using it as a tool to influence me? By taking this step back, you create a mental buffer that allows you to act with reason instead of being swept away by emotion. Another important Stoic teaching is the concept of focusing only on what you can control. You cannot control how others behave, but you can control how you perceive and respond to their actions. For instance, if someone tries to guilt-trip you by saying, "You never help me when I need you," you can choose not to internalize that statement. Instead, reflect on the facts. Have you truly been unhelpful, or is this an exaggeration designed to make you feel bad? By grounding yourself in reality and staying aligned with your values, you can resist the pull of manipulation. Additionally, it's important to cultivate self-awareness, a cornerstone of Stoic practice. Self-awareness helps you recognize when your emotions are being influenced by external forces. Journaling, a method recommended by Stoics like Seneca, can be particularly effective. At the end of each day, write down moments when you felt emotionally triggered or manipulated. Reflect on why you felt that way and how you responded. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to identify emotional exploitation and respond with calm and clarity. Dealing with someone who exploits your emotions can be challenging, especially if they are close to you, such as a family member, friend, or colleague. However, by embracing Stoic principles, you can protect your emotional boundaries and maintain your sense of self. Remember, it's not about changing the manipulator. They are outside your control. It's about changing how you allow their behavior to affect you. When you master this, you not only shield yourself from emotional exploitation, but also grow stronger and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. Imagine being in a situation where someone constantly deceives you, presenting a facade of honesty while working behind the scenes to undermine your trust. This form of deception, lying, and manipulation is one of the most insidious traits of a harmful person. They weave a web of falsehoods not just to protect their own interests, but often to control or exploit others. To recognize and combat this behavior, it's essential to understand its mechanics and adopt strategies rooted in Stoic philosophy. At the core of deceptive behavior is the intent to control the narrative. Manipulative individuals use lies to distort reality, making it difficult for others to discern the truth. They might exaggerate situations, downplay their faults, or fabricate stories to gain sympathy or avoid accountability. For example, a colleague might claim credit for your work, spinning a tale about their efforts to appear more competent in front of superiors. Or, in a personal relationship, someone might gaslight you, denying actions or words that you clearly remember, leaving you doubting your own perceptions. Lies and manipulation often thrive in environments where there is a lack of clear communication and trust. These individuals take advantage of ambiguity, knowing that the more uncertain you are, the easier it becomes for them to steer you toward their desired outcomes. Over time, their tactics can erode your self-confidence, making you more susceptible to further manipulation. Stoic philosophy provides a powerful framework to deal with such behaviors. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is to seek truth and clarity, both in the world around you and within yourself. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." By committing to honesty in your own actions and being vigilant in your pursuit of truth, you can counteract the influence of deception. When dealing with deceptive individuals, it's crucial to maintain a position of rational inquiry. Instead of reacting emotionally to their lies, take a step back and analyze the situation. Ask yourself, what evidence supports this claim? Does their story align with the facts? By relying on logic rather than emotion, you can unravel their manipulative narratives and see the situation more clearly. Another Stoic strategy is to cultivate emotional resilience. Deceptive people often exploit your emotional vulnerabilities to make their lies more believable. They might appeal to your fear, anger, or compassion to distract you from seeking the truth. By practicing emotional detachment, you can resist the pull of these tactics. Epictetus, another prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of controlling your responses to external events. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you refuse to let their lies provoke an emotional reaction, you strip away their power to manipulate you. Setting boundaries is another essential step in addressing deception. Once you identify someone as manipulative, limit their ability to influence your decisions or access sensitive information about your life. This doesn't mean cutting them off completely, especially if they are part of your daily environment, but rather creating a safe emotional and mental distance. Be clear about what you will and won't tolerate, and stand firm in your convictions. Lastly, practice self-awareness and reflection. One of the most effective ways to combat deception is to build an internal compass that guides you toward truth and integrity. Spend time each day reflecting on your interactions with others. Were there moments when something felt off or inconsistent? How did you respond, and what could you do differently in the future? By honing this skill, you can better detect manipulation and respond with wisdom and strength. In the face of lies and manipulation, it's easy to feel disoriented or powerless. But by embracing Stoic principles, you can anchor yourself in truth and resilience. You have the power to uncover deception, maintain your integrity, and protect your mental and emotional well-being. Remember, their lies may distort reality temporarily, but your commitment to truth will always prevail in the long run. Imagine encountering someone who seems to derive satisfaction from exploiting your kindness and generosity. These individuals exhibit a pattern of selfishness and a blatant disregard for others, consistently putting their needs above anyone else's. They are quick to take but rarely, if ever, reciprocate. This self-centered behavior is one of the hallmark traits of an individual with harmful intentions, and it can deeply affect your well-being if left unchecked. At the heart of this selfishness is a lack of empathy. Such individuals fail to recognize or respect the emotions, boundaries, and needs of others. They view relationships as transactions, ones in which they always aim to benefit, often at the expense of those around them. For instance, they may constantly ask for favors, financial help, or emotional support, but conveniently disappear when you need the same. Over time, this dynamic creates a one-sided relationship where your role is merely to serve their interests. This behavior isn't always overt. Often it's cloaked in charm or a facade of affection. They might flatter you, offering superficial praise or acting as though they care about your well-being. But as time passes, their actions consistently reveal their self-serving nature. You may notice they only reach out when they need something, or grow distant when you set boundaries, or require support yourself. The impact of dealing with such individuals can be exhausting. You may find yourself questioning whether your kindness is being taken advantage of, or feeling drained by the constant imbalance in the relationship. This dynamic can erode your self-esteem, as their actions often make you feel unvalued or exploited. Stoic philosophy offers profound insights into how to manage and navigate these interactions. A cornerstone of Stoicism is the idea that we cannot control the actions of others, only our responses to them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This principle reminds us to focus on maintaining our integrity and values, even in the face of selfishness. If someone takes advantage of your kindness, let it reflect on their character, not yours. One powerful Stoic strategy is to practice discernment. Not everyone who appears kind or friendly has your best interests at heart. By observing their actions rather than just their words, you can better gauge their true intentions. Are they consistent in their support, or do they only show up when it benefits them? Epictetus emphasized, "Know, first, who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Understand your worth and align your actions with those who respect and value you. Establishing boundaries is another critical step. While Stoicism advocates for kindness and compassion, it also recognizes the importance of self-respect and preservation. If someone repeatedly demonstrates selfish behavior, it's essential to limit their ability to exploit you. Communicate your boundaries clearly and firmly, ensuring they understand that you will no longer accommodate their one-sided demands. Setting these limits isn't about being unkind, it's about protecting your mental and emotional health. Another Stoic practice is the cultivation of inner tranquility. Selfish people often provoke frustration or anger, especially when their actions feel unjust. However, reacting emotionally only gives them more power over you. Instead, focus on maintaining your calm and composure. As Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." By refusing to let their selfishness dictate your emotional state, you reclaim your freedom and peace of mind. Lastly, reflect on the relationships in your life and prioritize those that are mutually supportive and respectful. Surround yourself with individuals who appreciate your kindness, reciprocate your efforts, and genuinely care about your well-being. These are the connections that will nourish your spirit and help you grow, while selfish individuals only hinder your progress. When confronted with selfishness, remember that it's a reflection of the other person's character, not a measure of your worth. By adopting Stoic principles, you can navigate these challenging relationships with strength, wisdom, and integrity, ensuring you protect both your well-being and your values. Imagine someone who consistently undermines your confidence and self-worth through subtle or overt means. This individual uses manipulation and deception as tools to control and influence others, often leaving you doubting your perceptions and questioning your reality. Their ability to twist situations and craft narratives that serve their own agenda makes them difficult to identify and even harder to confront. This behavior is a defining characteristic of those with malicious intentions and can wreak havoc on your emotional and mental well-being. Manipulation often begins subtly, with small acts that might seem harmless at first. They may flatter you excessively or go out of their way to gain your trust, only to use it against you later. These individuals are skilled at identifying your vulnerabilities and exploiting them for their gain. For example, they might feign support or concern for your problems, only to use the information you share as a weapon to control or discredit you later. Deception is another hallmark of their behavior. They create an illusion of sincerity, all while lying or withholding crucial truths. This deceit isn't always direct. It often involves half-truths or carefully constructed stories designed to mislead. You may catch them contradicting themselves or find inconsistencies in their narratives, but they are quick to deflect or blame others, making it challenging to hold them accountable. Over time, their manipulation can lead to feelings of confusion, self-doubt, and even guilt. They may gaslight you, making you question your memories or feelings. For instance, they might deny things they said or did, insisting you misunderstood or are overreacting. This tactic erodes your confidence in your ability to interpret events, leaving you more susceptible to their control. Stoic philosophy provides a robust framework for recognizing and addressing manipulation and deception. One key principle is the importance of clarity and rational thinking. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth." This mindset encourages you to seek evidence and trust your reason when evaluating someone's actions, rather than being swayed by their words or emotional tactics. Awareness is the first step in dealing with manipulation. Pay attention to patterns in their behavior and trust your instincts. If something feels off, it likely is. Documenting interactions or noting inconsistencies can help you identify the extent of their deception and give you clarity when their actions are designed to confuse. Setting boundaries is another vital strategy. Manipulative individuals often push limits to see how far they can go. By clearly and firmly communicating your limits, you reduce their ability to exploit you. For example, if someone consistently twists your words, you can choose to limit personal discussions with them or insist on written communication to avoid misinterpretation. Detachment is a cornerstone of Stoic resilience. Epictetus emphasized the need to focus on what is within your control and let go of what is not. You cannot change a manipulative person's behavior, but you can control your reaction to it. Instead of engaging in their games or trying to prove your point, step back and refuse to participate. This not only preserves your peace, but also diminishes their power over you. Practicing emotional regulation is equally crucial. Manipulators often provoke strong emotions to cloud your judgment and gain leverage. By staying calm and composed, you maintain control over the situation. Seneca advised, "Anger, an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured." Keeping your emotions in check ensures you can respond with logic and integrity. Lastly, surround yourself with trustworthy individuals who can provide perspective and support. Sharing your experiences with people you trust can help you validate your feelings and counteract the gaslighting effect of a manipulative person. Their support can strengthen your resolve and remind you that you are not alone in facing this challenge. By applying Stoic principles, you can navigate the complex web of manipulation and deception with strength and wisdom. These strategies empower you to protect your boundaries, trust your judgment, and uphold your values, ensuring that you emerge resilient and unshaken in the face of such challenges. Encountering someone who revels in the suffering or misfortune of others can be a deeply unsettling experience. This behavior, often marked by cruelty, indifference, or even enjoyment of another's pain, is a strong indication of malevolence. Recognizing this trait is crucial for protecting yourself from emotional harm and understanding the darker motivations that may drive such individuals. Cruelty can manifest in many forms, from outright acts of aggression to more subtle, calculated actions designed to cause harm. These individuals might mock or belittle others in public, take advantage of someone's vulnerabilities, or derive pleasure from others' struggles. Their behavior often lacks empathy, which is a key element in their capacity to cause pain without remorse. Consider how they respond to someone else's hardships. Instead of offering support or compassion, they might dismiss the person's feelings, blame them for their situation, or exploit their suffering for their gain. For example, they may spread rumors about someone facing personal difficulties, or use someone's misfortune as a stepping stone to elevate themselves socially or professionally. This enjoyment of others' pain often stems from a desire for power or control. By causing or amplifying someone's distress, they assert dominance and reinforce their sense of superiority. It's a destructive cycle that not only harms their targets, but also corrodes their own humanity. Recognizing this behavior requires you to observe patterns over time. Occasional lapses in kindness are human, but consistent displays of cruelty or indifference are red flags. Watch for signs of callousness, such as laughing at someone's expense, downplaying others' struggles, or refusing to take responsibility for actions that cause harm. Stoic philosophy offers a way to understand and respond to such behavior. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This principle teaches that while you cannot control others' cruelty, you can control your response and choose not to let their actions disrupt your inner peace. One approach is to practice detachment. Instead of taking their behavior personally, recognize that it reflects their character, not yours. Their cruelty is a manifestation of their inner turmoil or moral failings. By distancing yourself emotionally, you protect your self-worth and refuse to give them the satisfaction of seeing you hurt. Establishing firm boundaries is another essential step. When someone consistently exhibits cruelty, it's vital to limit your interactions with them. If avoidance isn't possible, maintain a calm and composed demeanor in their presence. Reacting emotionally can fuel their behavior, as they may thrive on the reaction they provoke. Compassion, paradoxically, can also be a powerful tool. While it may seem counterintuitive to extend understanding to someone who revels in cruelty, recognizing their pain or insecurity can help you approach the situation with clarity. Seneca wrote, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Extending empathy doesn't mean excusing their actions, but rather acknowledging the brokenness that drives their behavior, which can prevent you from harboring bitterness. Protecting yourself from the influence of cruelty also involves seeking support from others. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. A strong support system provides perspective and strength, helping you navigate the challenges posed by malicious individuals. Finally, focus on cultivating your resilience and moral integrity. Seneca advised, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." When faced with cruelty, take a moment to pause and reflect before responding. This allows you to act from a place of wisdom rather than emotion, ensuring that your actions align with your values. Through these strategies, you can confront and counter the destructive influence of cruelty, preserving your dignity and peace. By embodying Stoic principles, you not only protect yourself, but also set an example of strength, compassion, and integrity in the face of malevolence.